What do you guys want to talk about? What do you want to talk about? What do you guys want to talk about? What do you want to talk about? What do we want to talk about? What do we want to talk about? What do you guys want to
Wow, I did not see this coming. Hey guys, welcome to the Wrestling Maniac channel. Make sure to like, share, subscribe, and comment below, guys. If you're into wrestling, this is a channel for you. Make sure to join membership. Man, it's no secret. It's no secret that Seth Rollins and CM Punk do not like each other. And this comes from this is real and obviously a storyline, but this is real. We know this is real. There's a real heat between these two. Real heat between these two. Seth felt betrayed by Punk. A lot of hurt by Punk because a lot of things gone on between Punk and Seth in the past before Seth felt betrayed by Punk, CM Punk. And but in a recent interview, Punk actually praises Seth Rollins, calling him one of the best in the last decade. And well, the matches and accolades do prove that Seth has been one of the best in WWE in the last decade. That's for sure. Main event talent, multi-time world champion, tag team champion, U.S. champion. Yeah, so there's a lot of truth to that. But this is coming from Punk now. Like Punk, as much as they don't like each other, Punk actually says something positive about Seth. Let's see what he says, or I'll read what he says. WWE World Champion CM Punk recently broke kayfabe to help praise on one of his arch rivals, Seth Rollins, calling him one of the greatest superstars of the last decade. Recently appeared on ESPN's On Sports Matlick with his wife, AJ Lee. Punk opened up about the emergence and rise of indie wrestlers in WWE for citing his name as an example. Gosh, I'm conflicted when I talk about this stuff because then people will point and say, oh, you're egotistical, you're this, you're that. The truth is, all that matters is the first guy through the wall gets bloody. I was the first guy through the wall. Independence was looked down upon. It was a land of giants. I have the casual observer some pretty ridiculous tattoos. But like everything else, tattoos are subjective. I wasn't supposed to make it far as I did, but I would not be denied. Punk said, okay, that's not what about Seth Rollins. Okay. So he'll go down here. There are many more men and women that are just like that they bet on themselves, they believe in themselves, and they don't have to look that fit certain person's idea of what a pro wrestler is. And that was definitely me. So being able to try always reach down and pull up the next generation, or I'm not pulling the ladder up. I'm trying to help other people get there. Yeah. Punk continued and added Seth Rollins' name as a non-example, despite the odds who made it big in WWE. So here we go. About what he said about Seth freaking Rollins. I think Seth Rollins is a great example of that. He's a guy that fit the same mold as I did. He didn't have the size. You would look at him and be like, oh yeah, he's a world champion. And now he's a multi-time, heavyweight champion and one of the, it pains me to say, but he's one of the greatest superstars over the last 10, 12 years. Okay. So you see there, CM Punk, this interview, he talks about, obviously this interview is about indie wrestling in general, how at one point indie wrestling was looked down upon from companies like WWE, because WWE would not look at indie wrestling, right? They were not, indie wrestlers would not fit the mold of what a businessman superstar would look like. They're not back in the day. They're not big, strong, body, head, not muscular men, strong men. But they would look like, right? CM Punk was. I saw CM Punk in the indie days. Yeah, he's a guy Vince McMahon had been convinced a lot to take it to the side because he was skinny, small, tattoos. I think he might have piercings back in the day. Don't remember. And a lot has changed over the years. Definitely, WWE has taken a lot of wrestlers from the Indies, TNA has done a better job with the Indies because they have relations with Ring of Honor. But I'll say that he's right about that about the WWE part of things. But and when it goes to praising Seth Rollins was like that too. He comes from Ring of Honor's Tyler Black, smaller guy, athletic, obviously no tattoos. And I think, if I'm wrong, he was offered more money to join TNA than to sign with WWE. And he had to go through Florida FCW before NXT. FCW became for NXT. So they go through the WWE development system with FCW that turned into NXT. It goes through NXT because of the main roster through the Shield. And yeah, Seth Rollins is one of the major successes come from the independent scene through Ring of Honor. And so to become, the last decade or so, one of the biggest stars in WWE. Main event to WrestleMania a couple times. Got one of the biggest cash-ins ever at WrestleMania. One of the biggest moments in the WrestleMania when he cashed in Brock and Roman with stuff like that. He has more. And accolades prove himself, and he has constantly put on some really, really good matches. And I mean, look. At least the thing about Punk. At least this man have to admit this about Seth Rollins. And you could tell he could tell it hurt him a bit in this interview with those words that as much as it pains me to say it, he's one of the best, basically one of the best in the last decade or so. And there's evidence to show that, obviously, to show that. And I gotta give props to CM Punk. Gotta give props to CM Punk for letting his ego, his hatred, his aside for this, for praising Seth Rollins. I mean, look, they had an incredible feud. Don't get me wrong, they did not like each other, but their rivalry with each other for 2 or 3 years. I know it got hampered by injuries and stuff because that's what happened because there was injuries in between, but it was incredible storytelling and it's felt so real between the two. Really, it did. That's the difference. The thing about the Roman and Punk story, I don't know if I feel that's real. I don't know. I don't think Roman really hates CM Punk. I don't think there's really truly any heat between the two. I think that's all story. I think that's just all story. Here, this is real. This is real. But give props to Punk for praising Seth Rollins because you may not. Sometimes some wrestlers may not like each other, and it's not the first time we heard wrestlers don't like each other, but praise each other in terms of how good in the ring they've been in their career. But make sure to like, share, subscribe, comment below, guys. Take care. Bye.
Too sweet. Sweet. 2.